chosen one!
Welcome to the Chosen One. I'm your host, Qui-Gon Din, and today on the Meta Spotlight episode, we're going to be looking at the top 8 of Nova, and we're going to be kind of looking at the breakdowns of the matches and like what beat what. So right off the bat, in 8th place, we got Noah Rudisill, rocking the kind of the standard full Empire Premier list we've been seeing. It's the Iden with the Iden box, Grand Inquisitor setup, Moff Gideon, and then the Krennic. A very, very standard like setup. Then we got Red Wolf. Red Wolf was rocking Boss with Hunter, and it's the full Delta Squad box. It was Hunter with Wolf and Commandos, and then the standard Jin Andor pairing, which is, Andor with K2SO, Rebel Commandos, and then the Jin box. Smalls was running in 6th. He was running another all Empire list, doing very, again, it's kind of the standard Empire where it's Moff Gideon doing Moff Gideon things, Vader, Jedi Hunter to pair with the Grand Inquisitor, and then under Cad Bane, he had DTS. So it was kind of doing their things. Grand Moff Eric was running Moff Gideon, another kind of just an all-around Empire list, where Moff Gideon is like featured in all of these Empire lists. We got Thrawn here, we got Grand Inquisitor again, another Vader Jedi Hunter. Another Splash of Republic we got with Iceman Dean taking 4th. Playing a Mundi, Kit Fisto, Plo Koon, and Darth Vader Jedi Hunter. He played Jedi Hunter with Mundi most of the event, going into his Swiss. We got Scott Evil Houdini. He was rocking a Kanan with a Leia list. It's kind of the standard Spectre double revenge trigger. And then he was rocking Riff Tamson with Andor. So it's the Andor with Callus and Bazin Turret. And then it was Riff Tamson with Crosshair and Weequay Pirates. Very cool list. At the end of the day, it's still doing a lot with what Andor wants to do, it looks like. But Riff is getting the additional movement, which means your supports are starting to get more dynamic plays under them, because every time your supports attack, Riff Tamson gets to do a jump because blood and water. Crosshair in this list feels like that he is there to get kills and provide more force refresh from the Riff Tamson. Also, more dead bodies means Riff is starting to throw away more dice. So I do feel that it is a very good list. In 2nd place, we got Godliness, rocking a full Separatist lineup. It was the standard Grievous box, Dooku doing his thing with Obi-2 and Magna Guards, the Riff Tamson box, and then it was Kit Fisto, Nadar Veb, and B1s to really take advantage of the Riff dice, so you can just get a ton of Aqua Tag dice. Very cool to see Separatists do really well here. Samuel Sweeten, the winner of the event, ran a standard Kanan, Leia, and then Jin with Andor. He won this playing Jin and Andor most of the time. It's a very, very good list. I love the list. And if we get into the games, it's going to be pretty easy. We'll just go through Top Cut. And right off the bat, we noticed that all of the Empire get knocked out in the first round of Top Cut, and they're all paired off against really kind of lists that can push out aggression. Godliness took it with his Dooku and Riff Tamson. Obi-2 in that list really kind of hurts what Vader Jedi Hunter's doing. And Riff Tamson can just really rip through Moff Gideon and whatnot. Dooku is just the force battery. It's a very cool list. We got Scott knocking out Noah here, playing the Grand Inquisitor with Krennic. More just it's showing the Empire is having kind of issues against these aggro kind of teams that have defensive values. Dooku is still defensive enough to be a problem for most stuff, and the Force Refresh can keep Rift doing his thing. Really, though, Andor is putting a huge hamper on what Empire ends up doing. Dean ends up knocking out the one instance of Delta in Top Cut. Delta's really good on the aggro, I feel. After just playing a little bit, it's really good on the aggro, but the units are kind of squishy, and once the stuff starts going down, it can be a huge problem. And Jedi Hunter with Mundi, you're throwing as many extra dice as they are into you, and the force economy can just start really going downhill. This looked like a bloody murder game. Into Top Cut round 2. It is a Scott Houdini versus Samuel Sweeten and Godliness versus Duncan versus his brother Iceman Dean. It's cool that Grievous took it here. Kind of rooting for Separatists at this point because this is their first like real good showing in a long time. Again, Jin Andor just doing what Jin Andor likes to do. I played the Rift matchup into Jin, and Jin just starts exposing stuff and just really can push out the hurt. And in round 3 of Top Cut, it ends up being Samuel Sweeten versus Godliness. And again, Andor just showing that, you know, if you pilot him right, he's a very strong contender. It's cool that Separatists got this far. A lot of these games would be very cool to watch. Hopefully we can get some commentary. I think Daimyo Matt has some of the games recorded. Overall, this is a big event, and the Top Cut of the meta, for the most part, none of these lists surprise me except for Rift Hampson, and all Separatists. This is like the big surprise of the event. And I do feel that Rift is going to start getting more play. I think people are going to start exploring them more. This is like the first big event where a lot of people had the option of getting and testing with them. It's not like right at release. He's been out for a couple weeks, so it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. Overall, the meta is looking pretty standardized at the moment. We got Imperial doing here. We got Mundi in here. We got, you know, Rebels, Kanan, Andor lists. This is all stuff we've seen before in terms of like representation and what's doing well. Empire is holding out. Republic is holding out, but Andor seems to be the consistent piece that's going to be like at the top of these tables. It's been like that for the past few events, and I think that trend is going to continue because Baze and Chirrut really give Andor the last tools he really needed to. He again, my how solve this the meta video, Andor with Rebel Commandos and Baze and Chirrut as a package, you can play even Rift Hampson with that type of setup. He didn't have Rebel Commandos in there, but he had Baze and Chirrut, and it allows that Rift Hampson to do a lot more extra stuff. Andor's kind of this really generic package that you put him, Baze and Chirrut, and you can play pretty much anything around it. Thank you for watching this episode of The Chosen One, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast. If you want to catch the next video, you can watch the one linked above, or you can just go and listen to the podcast on the playlist below. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for your support.